my name is Lei. So today I'd like to talk about my IT job hunting in Australia. This is my 2 weeks and a half days for me to stay in Australia. I have sent already like 200 resumes to different IT companies, and most of them has no response so far. And so I decided to quit looking for, to stop looking for IT jobs in Australia because I will be going to New Zealand in July. So the time is very precious for me at this moment, and I believe those IT companies, they want someone can join in their team for long term, not the short term. Even the contract workers, the minimum seems to be like 6 months, and what I have left is almost just less than 6 months, I believe. So this is not the main reason. The main reason is that I've already sent like 200 resumes to different IT companies, and I got no response from most of them. And then I got some response, just quite a few, just tells me that you're not selected, your background is good and you're not selected. You need to be polite, and I get it. This is quite like what I expected, but I expected nothing before I came here. So yeah, it's quite like what I expected before. But anyway, what I want to talk about the IT jobs in Australia is that there's the other day I went to a group walking in Melbourne, which was fantastic. Just a bunch of different people, and then strangers, and then become friends later on. So there is a guy who work in the IT industrial, and he's a software developer as well. And he told me he used like 4 months to get his first job in Melbourne, and he studied here. So he got a degree here. He then applied for jobs, and it took him like 4 months in total to land his first job, IT job. Before that, I actually did some Googling, and someone says the average job seeking in Australia is 2 months, which is 8 weeks to a little bit more. So I think, wow, is that true? And then after I heard this fellow said 4 months, I was like shocked, literally shocked. I feel like, damn, I can't wait. So the cost of living here is kind of high for me at the moment, especially if you don't have a job. You're spending money like water. Damn, hey, this is what it is. And I feel like I can't wait, so I will stop looking for IT jobs. And besides, some people said, in Australia it's so easy to find a job. You just go walking and send your resume, apply like that. Yes, you can do that, but for IT jobs, for professional jobs, no. For office works, no. Those jobs that you can walk in and just give your resume to them, that's usually the hospitality jobs, like restaurants. Yeah, that's how it works. But IT jobs and accounting and professional jobs isn't like that. I know maybe my visa is also a problem because some employers, some non-IT related companies employer, they ask me like how long can you work, and is there a time limitation, and is what do you want to do after 6 months? Because I told them my visa only allows me to work for the same employer for no more than 6 months. I think this is a way that Australia to try to prevent the local market. They want the people who hold Australian working holiday visa to literally work in the farm and some work as laborers. Well, I'm not saying those jobs are bad. It's just those experiences you can't bring back to your own country for most of people. So that, I feel like, can be one of the reasons why my resume didn't get a response. And also, they are also, I want to talk about the job requirements in Australia. You know, if you want to look for some professional IT job positions such as Java developer, I've looked that up and it was like, well, first of all, the position is very limited, and then the experience required is minimum 5 years to 8 years for Java developer. And some of them will say Australian citizen or PR holders only. So that's another limitations, I think, of why I couldn't find an IT job here. I don't even have an interview, you know, so that's a big problem here right now. The language they use here is quite different. Java is not that demanded. Here, the people would prefer to use some C# or PHP, you know, much more to the web application language. I mean, with Java you can do the web application as well, but it's just different, you know. But in China, the job market demands more Java programmers, so that's a difference. And I don't have that much of experience. Plus, my visa is a downside somehow, you know, for the IT jobs. And then the average time for looking for this professional jobs is too long. Yeah, you know, 2 months to 4 months, which I can't bear with it because my wallet is crying. Yeah, that's basically covered everything about why I decided to quit looking for IT jobs in Australia. I've tried, you know, and here, you know, the difference between looking for jobs in Australia and China is that in China you don't have to have a thing called cover letter, but here in Australia and New Zealand, I believe in most Western countries, you got to write these cover letters to briefly introduce yourself in a few sentences and then express why you are the right person for this role. In order to write the cover letter, it requires you to customize your cover letter for each company. Looking for jobs in Australia itself is a job. It's a full-time job. And I think I will just go for some other jobs because I'm here to make money, and then I will be going to New Zealand in July. That's about it. I hope you guys like my video and I've explained everything. And that's about it for the most of things in this video. I believe I've covered everything. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Till next time on Lay's channel.